Right, hello everyone. Welcome to Hybrid Racing Formula 1. Sunday night, 8 p.m. Short qualifying, 50% race. We are at Monaco. Oh no, I hear everybody shout. Well, so did all the drivers. And we've got to do it. So you've got to get it in some point. So let's get it done. One thing we can guarantee with Monaco, you won't see a safety car tonight. So no safety cars at Monaco in this game. So it's going to be... Well, usually it ends up being a survival of the fittest, so we'll see how it go. I'll just get my stream open a second, guys, and then I'll be with you properly. Here we go. So, no, that's not this. Hang on. It ain't not quite right. Hang on. I'll get it in right in a minute. Where's Twitch there? Right, who's this then? Sam's out on track, and he is first out as well, so we'll stick with him. Here we go. My channel. Live. Yes, play please. Would be nice. Excellent. Right, stream's up and going. Someone's there, thank you. I'll just do the sharing about. Hybrid Racing. General chat, I'll post it in there. And Arc, I'll post it as well, so it's very nice of Arc. So there we go. Then just quickly make its Discord. There we go. Right, that's all my sharing about done for the stream. I'll get the stream back up so I can see if anybody says anything and I can react. We are streaming from the light stream. And we are on to hot laps. So Sam, let's say first out, he's going to get the first sort of target time on the board for everyone. I would love to give you an idea of what I expect pole positions to be, but I genuinely have no idea. I think we might see a 1:11 from someone. I don't know if we're going to see any faster than that. It's really hard to know. I must admit, since the update, I've not touched Monaco at all. It took me long enough to set my time pre-update. I didn't want to really fancy doing it all again. So I'll wait until I've got to race it and I ain't got a choice. Sam opens up the DRS. Looks like he's throwing it about a bit, doesn't it? When he starts us off with a 12.5, so that's pretty good. Nice start. Chris then heads down, 14.5 from Chris. Oh no, Pete's not over the line. There's Red Bulls. Where's the Red Bulls? It's wrong Red Bull. This is a Red Bull. Hunter was on an outlet. Carton King was the one I was supposed to be on. 12.1 goes P1 for the moment. Lismore just goes into 1.135, did put him per P4, but Junkie Emperor displaces him. Who's this? This is Pete. 1.13.0 from Pete puts him P4. Oh, and Whoopi is round. And that's the moment you go, oh my good God, I'm going to have to start from the back at Monaco. And then you start thinking, how am I going to get past people? How am I going to get past? How am I going to overtake round there? And you think, I can't. You can't overtake round there. What am I going to do? So all you can do is try and jump people in somehow in the pits. There are a couple of places you can have a go at overtaking, but every single time you do, you're taking both yours and your opponent's race into your own hands, and basically leaving them in the lap of the gods, actually, to be fair. Well, that was a Red Bull. That was Hunter. We're watching Fatal Defiance as he comes round. complete his first hot lap in the Haas. And it's a 1:14.9, so he goes P8 for the moment. Dean, Swanee on his way across the line, 1:12.9, puts in P4. Right, so let's go then. So Monaco wouldn't be Monaco if it wasn't for a big Willie. And here he is. He's showing purple on the track map. Very nice, really throwing it around. I do love it when people put laps in like this around here. A little bit of oversteer out the final corner, but it's a nice lap. It's a 1:12.6, puts in P4. Is it me? There's about 6 people gone P4 so far. Hunter, yeah, Hunter's just ahead of Lando, so we'll go with Hunter. How's that not invalidated? He's getting away with them. Let's see if it helps his lap time. 58.4 in sector 2. Into the pits, wouldn't you? Go back to Lando. Oh, Lando's invalidated, so he's going to be into the pits as well. There we go. De Corsi. Through the tunnel. Always interesting when it rains, especially if it's full wet. Monaco. Fully wet track, and then you go drive through a tunnel that's absolutely bone dry. Lovely. De Corsi then. It's looking nice so far. Got a yellow in sector 3. That's whoever drove past, but it's already cleared, so no big issues. Here he comes then, De Corsi. It looks good. It's a 1:30.4. That puts him in P7. Anybody else currently on the lap? Fatal maybe. Found a little bit of time through sector 2. It's a nice exit onto the straight. I think he's found a bit. Yeah, 1.5 attempts he finds. Unfortunately didn't improve position, but consolidates P10 nicely. Chris then starts another lap. Isn't it fast and furious at the moment? Oh, there's a car round here. It's an Alpine. Oh, wow. I have to stay away from it. But I'm just going to switch to Karting King. This is currently provisional pole. So the end of sector 2 is just round the next left-hander. And wow, he's 6.5 attempts up. He's going into the mid-111s just on that alone. Here's a man who's put the practice in. This is going to scare people when this time comes up. Look at this. It's a 1:11.1 from Karting King. What a lap. What a lap, sir. Chris went into P2 as well on a 1:12.4. What a lap that is from Karting King. Fair play. So close to the 110s. And I genuinely was not expecting to see anything near a 110, so fair play, KK. Pete then just coming through sector 2. Oh no, he's well down. Way down. Junkie Emperor coming round to finish the lap. He's found a tiny bit of time. It's enough to gain 1 place, but can he improve more through sector 3? He did! Gained lots of time through sector 3. Jumps up to P6 on a 1:12.9 for the moment. Anybody else can spot anybody that's gaining time? Of course, he's invalidated. Lismore then. And no, it was half a second down in the end. Anybody else? Pete slightly up in sector 1. What I would like to do actually find a driver in a minute who's heading on. Nobody's showing up as outlap at the moment, but when somebody does and they're coming across the line, we'll switch to them and we're doing on board. Qualifying lap of Monaco. It's interesting so far, but well, De Gooner's gone into P2 as well in the Ferrari. He's on a 112. Look at that, P2 and P3. Both of them 112.014. I'm not actually sure why it's put De Gooner in P2 because Sam said it first. It should be Sam. Pete invalidated at the end there. I'm sure Sam said it first. Lismore coming round then. Here he is. No improvement on that one. Small loss is going across the chicane. So nothing there for him. Swanee. So that's the end of Sector 2. Has he managed to find anything? Yes, he has. He's actually purpled Sector 2. He's only just over a tenth up, so he's not travelling pole here, but he's a personal improvement. You don't need to find much to get ahead of Junkie for P7. Here he comes then, Swanee, and it's a quarter of a second improvement. Actually puts him up ahead. Again, it's identical times. 112.717. Him and Hunter. But he's gone ahead of Hunter, even though Hunter set it first. I'm not sure why. So we've got second and third on identical times, and sixth and seventh on identical times. I don't think I've ever seen that before. I've seen two drivers with identical times, but not two sets of two drivers with identical times. It's unbelievable. But if I was Sam and Hunter, I'd be saying, hang on, why are they ahead? It's not done in alphabet. The game seems to be doing it in alphabetical order, but it's not done like that. If that's the case, I'm going to change my name to Hilly. Willie into the pits. Who we got an outlap then? Who can I use and abuse for my on-board lap? Fatal's on the way. Who's the McLaren on the way round? Swanee's just entered the pit lane. I'm pretty sure I used Fatal last week to do one, so I'd like to use someone else. So who was next? I'm sure Fatal would tell me if I was wrong. Yeah, let's do the lap with Junkie Emperor, so get myself ready, clear my throat. It's going to be fast and furious, so right, first part of your lap starts before the start-finish line. Get a good exit onto the straight so you carry the speed over the start-finish line. It's the late of the last breakers, down into turn 1, cut the curb, but not so much you invalidate, climb the hill. You need to get a good exit up the hill. It's worth so much time for your lap. It's late braking into this left-hander. Keep it as close to the inside as you can through the right. Down to this one. Again, late braking, but you've got to make the apex, which he does very nicely there, Junkie. Round to the infamous hairpin. It's so hard to take. But he takes it well. Into second for the right. Up to third, I would imagine. No, stays second. Into the tunnel. Very famous Monaco tunnel. Only track with a tunnel now. Into the chicane. Very easy to invalidate round here, but he takes it very nicely again. It's a very good lap so far from Junkie. Round to the very fast left-hander, and this is where you've got to carry your speed without losing it on the chicanes. Too bad he was a bit slow through the second chicane there. Into the hairpin, then it's just the right that we saw earlier on to start the lap is now where you go to finish the lap. Same story, take as much pace through onto the straight, you cross the start-finish line, and that is a 1:12.4, half a second improvement from Junkie Emperor into P6. Nice lap, Junkie. So, Hunter. Now, Hunter was a 10th up there, but what is going on here? I assume that's just a few drivers getting out of the way of others. Parking it over there. Let's go with Hunter then and see if he carried on the improvement. Right now, though, as it stands, Carton King in an absolute world of his own here at Monaco. Huge advantage, of course, starting high up on the grid round here. It's much easier to be clean around Monaco if you ain't got anybody ahead of you to worry about, as well as taking the corners properly. So Hunter then comes round into the final corner, opens it up, and it's like an improvement. It's a big improvement from Hunter. He goes P2. He's only the second man into the 111s. Great lap from Hunter. Great lap. Well done. Scaring me. I won't be getting anywhere near these boys. Sam's on an out lap. What about the two Haas? They're still not improving. I think he's gearing up to go again. Big Willie. Big Willie is in the 111s. He sticks it into 3. And just behind Hunter. So we've got 3 of them now into the 111s. And we're at the point now where you may as well risk it for a biscuit. Throw it round the corners, see what happens. No improvement there. Pete's not sure. Can you see anybody that's improving at the moment? No, we can't. So let's go to Pete then and see him through sets of 2. Oh, he's invalidated through chicane. So a lot of these guys will be gearing up, ready to do their final laps. So here is KK then. He's already on pole. I don't think he really needed to come out again, but hey, may as well have a go, see if we can hit a 110 on quali. Nice, gets a bit of oversteer over the bump in the road. 10th down at the moment. He looks a little bit wide through the hairpin. Keeps hold of it well though. Right onto the straight through the tunnel. Takes as much curve as he could there, I think, without invalidating through the chicane. Coming up to the end of sets of 2. And he's half a second down. That was an outstanding lap that he put in last time round, so it's not a huge surprise. Oh, I know. I thought Chris was half a second up then, but he's just started the lap. He's 1.5 seconds down. Okay, Hunter, no. Daguna is invalidated, and he ain't going to make it back round. Lando is invalidated. Jay DeCourcy through the chicane. It's obviously very quick fire, people putting laps on one after the other, but trying to find the correct guys. Corsi then. Oh, he's already finished the Corsi. I'm wondering why it won't give me the split time, but it is already finished. Junkie Emperor. Where's the McLaren actually? Is that Lismore? It is, but no, he's not improving at all. So back to Junkie then. Junkie going up to the chicane. PB at the moment at 112.4. Takes the chicane very nicely. He's just invalidated. Who's the Red Bull behind? Is that Cotton King? No. Cotton Key's just crossing the line. Oh, he's gone faster. He's done a 111 flat. 111.005. Where's his teammate? Hunter is finished. So I think that's it. Yeah, it is. We're just waiting on Lismore to get pushed into the pits. But there we go. That's the end of qualifying. And yeah, I've got to say, fair play to Carden King. But you've got to say, fair play to the boys. Wow. Yeah, you've got to say, fair play to the top 4 there. They all got into the 111s, but Carton King in an absolute world of his own. We do have a grid penalty for Lando. He's going to drop 5 places. But Carson King pole, Chris second, Hunter third, Big Willie fourth, Dagooner fifth, Sam sixth. Lando should be 7th, but he's going to drop to 12th, while De Courcy starts 7th, Junkie 8th, Fatal 9th, Swanee 10th, and Pete 11th. Then Lando, then Lismore, Small Loss, and Whoopi. There we have it. It's brilliant qualifying, brilliant pace. Whoopi saying lovely P15. Yeah, well, I'm trying to think of ways for you to get up the order, mate, without risking it all. It's hard to think, but perhaps something you can do with a strategy, an early pit stop to try and take hards the rest of the way. I don't know, mate. Or the other way round, maybe. Start on hards, go as long as you possibly can, and hope that you get overcut on people. Well, I'm not sure the commentator's supposed to be trying to give you ideas anyway, but regardless. Anyway, I hope we're going to have a break, because I didn't get a break in my last stream, so I'm going to take a quick break, guys. I'll be back with you very shortly, and we'll go racing at Monaco. Right, he's back. Just quickly, while we're waiting for the ready up, just going to get on to... I'm streaming now for the first time this week from Lightstream, so I've now got some overlays and stuff that I can use, so I'm just getting back into it a second. The one downside to Lightstream is every time you want to change the page on it, you've got to refresh it, and sometimes you've got to log back in, so it can be a bit of a pain, but it works so much better than Twitch Studio that it's worth the extra hassle, to be honest. So then, here we go. Right, so you should be seeing the Drivers' Championship coming up on your screens, so just bear with me. So yeah, as you can see at the moment, Dagooner leading the way on 146 from WPY, or Whoopi as I call him. Currently on 134. Then you've got Junkie in P3, so as you clearly see, it's a strong season so far for Ferrari, and they have been the most consistent. 113 for Junkie, 102 for Swanee, with Big Willie Fitz on 98. So nice close, really, from, well, the P3 battle, really, going back to P6 is down to 92, so they're only separated by 21, and then even then Chris is on 85 as well, so it's not far behind either, and qualified well. Then we've got Sam, Carton King, and Bino filling out our top 10. Do a quick swap over to the constructors, if it lets me. No, can't do anything quick with Lightstream. It will come up, guys, just bear with me. Right, okay, so switching over to constructors now. There we go. As you can see, so no surprise to see Ferrari leading the way on 227 after looking at the drivers. Williams in second on 194, 156 for Red Bull, 149 Mercedes, Haas on 146. So second down to fifth really close together. McLaren 121, Alpine 112, Aston Martin 111, Alfa Romeo 111, and Alpha Tauri holding up the rest of the field on 89. So very nice, very close. You may be able to hear the cars. They are starting their formation lap, so we will get back to the main stream. So there we go, back to the main stream then. We'll take a quick look at the tyres. So no real shock to see the top three starting on softs. Little surprised to see Big Willie starting on on hards, but sorry, I said softs, didn't I? The top three starting on mediums. The Gunnar in fifth on mediums, Sam on mediums. The Corsi started on softs. That's an interesting strategy. He may struggle to do one stop with that. We'll see how he gets on. Then we got hards for Junkie, Fatal, and Swanee, and mediums. I'm surprised some of the guys at the back aren't trying hards, to be fair. That might have been worth a shout. But there we have it. So we've seen a disqualification. Big Willie and Daguna had a little coming together, but it's no real issue. They'll be back on the starting grid. And hi, mate X. At Silverstone, if I didn't win, it's because I spun. So that's. Oh, that's why Hammy passed you, was it? I didn't. Yeah, we didn't. I did. It happened while we were looking elsewhere, and we suddenly saw that Hammy was ahead. But yeah, so I didn't see what happened. But yeah, that's unfortunate to get that penalty in the end. Well, we've seen Curtin King then take a massive pole position with a 111 flat. And the next driver been on a 111.7, so. But is that pace going to transfer to the race? We'll find out. So, it'd be nice to get a good angle for the start, wouldn't it? But it's not too bad actually, this one. So let's go with this. Worried for Big Willie starting in P4 on the hards, but he seems to get off the line pretty well. Carton King's got a lovely start. Red Bull into second as well with Hunter, and couple of position changes there. Is everybody going to get on the hill okay? That's the main question. So far, very good. What it might have been a slight little tap on the back of the Aston Martin there, but of Corsi has picked up a 5-second penalty for a one-place gain after a corner cut. If he doesn't feel that's right, you can clip that. Look at the Alfa Romeo. Oh, hang on, that Alfa Romeo is ghosting. Why is the Alfa Romeo ghosting? Is he actually ghosting? I'm not all entirely sure. Somebody was looked like they were ghosting, but they're all there in solid now, so going well. You will get your first victory, mate. Mate X. Absolutely 100% you will get it. But our commentator may be up for doing so on his own in future weeks, so I may join you on track. Some weeks as well. Obviously I'll commentate when he can't make it, but yeah, we'll see what happens. So let's go to the position gains then. So Chris has dropped 4 places off the start from 2nd to 6th, meaning that everybody else has gained nicely. De Corsi has also picked up that penalty, which, if it stays close like this, I can't imagine it will, but if it does stay close like this, could hurt him in the end. Or if it at least stays close like this so that the pit stops, then it could hurt him then, as he'll serve the 5 seconds in the pits. But mighty close field at the moment. It's just so hard to imagine an overtake. It's one of those tracks in it you kind of have to just fall in behind and follow. Oh, the Williams! I think the Williams did outbrake itself there and was going to hit the back of De Corsi, but luckily De Corsi turned in. Oh, and the Williams is out of sorts there as well as Chris in the Williams. So luckily Sam on the ball, and the guys behind Sam really on the ball there. Swanee picks up 3 seconds. It is a track, of course, where penalties could be hugely important. And DRS is enabled for the home straight, where it does absolutely nothing for anyone. My personal opinion, honestly, about Monaco, I don't even know why it's still on the calendar. It's a gem, isn't it? It's the goal. It's like the golden one that everybody wants to win. Why? It's a horrendous race every single year. In real life, you just watch them all going around in a circle, nobody overtaking anyone. It could be like that here, but let's hope not. Just a shout to say that Swanee pitted there. And he's onto medium tyres. So you want to see the gap to his teammate closing. Lismore. Seconds for small loss. I have to say, I'm actually very impressed that we're nearly a full 3 laps in. Okay, Swanee pitted, but it's been no real accidents. I suspect he just damaged his wing around the corner or something. Garden King sets 14.5. That's the fastest lap for this stage of the race. So, shout out to Big Willie though. You've got to give it to him. He's hanging on, isn't he? Curtain King is disappearing a bit. I think kind of seeing what dominance he's got here at Monaco. I'm very, very impressed, I have to say, with Curtain King. Dominated qualifying, he's dominating the race so far. But Big Willie starting on those hards could give him the option of an overcut on Hunter at some point. You feel with the shortness of the track and the difficulty of having to heat your tyres up coming out of the pits around a track like this is, you kind of feel that the overcut would be stronger than the undercut, but I'm not convinced because I've already done a comms here this season and the lead changed due to an undercut working. They did push their medium tyres out to the absolute limits, so it could have just been that the one that stayed out, his tyres maybe fell off the cliff before the end of the next lap. I do like that the falling off the cliff thing is actually real in this game. Your tyres really do drop off. Oh, the Mercedes. That's the Corsi. He started on the softs, of course, and he may already be struggling on them a bit. They won't last long. Pretty much always say it in my streams, apart from a late safety car, with everybody changing the softs. Other than that, the softs are pretty much useless in 22. Not completely... I'm not convinced he's going to manage 10 laps, you know. So I have to say, again though, as we come around to complete lap 5, that the standard of racing here is absolutely phenomenal. These guys all following each other. Nobody even looking like going into the back of the car in front at the moment. Oh, Ghost Rider, you're absolutely 100% on it, mate. Yeah, you finished Monaco. It don't actually matter. Obviously, if you win, then, you know, huge satisfaction. But even if you just finish, like, I don't know, 10th or 11th or something like that, you still get a huge satisfaction. Oh, and Chris has outbraked himself. And he's ended up in the escape road thingy. He joins just in front of the McLaren of Lismore. At the moment, by the way, Swanee not really closing that gap up since having to pit. And what's happened to Pete there? Oh! Well, something's happened to Pete there because Lismore's hit the back of him. That couldn't be any more on stream if you wanted it. The perfect view. That was naughty, in my opinion. And Chris has gotten ahead of Pete, and I don't know if that's because Pete had a moment and Pete rejoined in front of... now Pete picks up 10 seconds for corner cutting. And after that moment... Well, I'm going to be honest, if Lismore's giving him rear wing damage, he may as well pit and retire. Because Monaco's hard enough, but if you stick rear wing damage into the equation, it's impossible this season, so... He doesn't appear to have front wing, so I don't think it's a front wing change for him. He's going on to hards. Decided to sit there for a little bit before coming out, but he's going to continue, so fair play, Pete. But I think that's got to be a ticket, and a bit naughty from Lismore there. In a way. I'm sure it's accidental, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying he did it on purpose. Lando and Sam are side by side in the chicane. And Lando makes an overtake. Up into P6. Oh, now he hits a Mercedes to get him out of the way. Of course he resets the track. Ah. Well, Lando makes what looked like a fantastic overtake on Sam, but then he hits a Mercedes out his way. So, not so good. And as Pete gets another 10-second penalty for corner cutting, I think we may see the end of Pete's race coming up, but we'll see. He gets another 3 seconds now. Some frustration coming in. I'm fully expecting it to come up pit. Yeah, he's in the pits again. And this time I think we'll see a retirement from him. I hope not. I'd like to see all the drivers finish if possible, but no. Yeah, I've got a feeling that he probably got a bit of wing damage, rear wing damage when Lismore hit him, so... And as I say, rear wing damage around Monaco, there's no point in trying to complete the race, because you just won't do it, and you'll end up just wasting the rest of your evening, to be honest. So the yellows, by the way, is just the car of Pete coming back out the pits. But it stops on the inside there. Shouldn't worry, you won't get a safety car. So no safety cars at Monaco. I don't know whose idea in Codemaster's team that was. No safety cars at Monaco as Big Willie spins it. And the Gooner gets ahead, so the Gooner into P3. Just a tiny little moment there from Big Willie. Remember, started on the hards. So I'm expecting him to go... I would imagine at least 23 laps on those hards. We'll see if that works out for him later in the race, but... oh, of course, he's having a moment. Those softs are going to be feeling horrible already, I promise you. But realistically, unless he's going to two-stop, he has to push them out as best he can. But look how slow he is. Is he coming into the pits? Because clearly they're struggling. Well, he gets through there quite nicely, to be fair. Oh, the Alpine comes to pretty much full stop. And of course he is into the pits. That was small loss. He's then round again. Where's he off to? Oh, he's going to smack the barrier with his rear wing. Into the pits, small loss comes. And Swanee, who had to pit very early on, is going to gain a couple of places, which you'll be happy about. If nothing else, it just makes you feel like you're doing something, that something's working after you've had to pit early, and then you gain a couple of places. So, who to go to? We got shout out to Whoopi, by the way. Started P15, he's up to P8, and that's what can happen in Monaco if you just keep the car pointing in the right direction. You don't have to drive exceptionally fast around here, just keep it pointing in the right direction. Stay out of barriers, and good things tend to happen. Now I'm going to go down to Whoopi. He's right on the back of Fatal Defiance. He's having a look at the inside, files in behind afterwards. Can he do anything under DRS? He might get a chance to outbrake Fatal Defiance into turn 1, and does indeed. That's a nice overtake. Fatal Defiance is going to have a bit more pace coming up the hill. But you've got to give it to Whoopi. That is a very fine overtake. And got to give it to Fatal as well. He left the room. He allowed the chance. So rather than just closing it off, which is good racing. Whoopi only just gets the car around in time on the hairpin there. So making good progress. He's got 3 seconds to gain on. Well, he did have 3 seconds to gain on Sam. It's suddenly just come down by 7 tenths, but 2.6 then to gain to catch Sam. Go back to Big Willie, because he is right on the back of the Gooner. And the Gooner's in. The Gooner pits. We've got a sector 3 yellow, and it's it's Fatal. For that good bit of racing with Whoopi, Fatal's lost it. That didn't look like that did not look like it was ghosted then. It is, thank God, because we just drove through it. It didn't look like it. So the Gooner in and rejoins in P9. With plenty of gap to be able to get his tyres up to temperature as well. And there's plenty of room in front of him for him to drive into as well. That's already looking like it could be an absolute dream stop for the Gooner. Meanwhile, Lando's caught the back of Big Willie. Hey, Glads. Thanks for joining, mate. Good race at Silverstone, mate. I don't know what happened to you. It looked like you had some problem come out of pits or something. I tried to invite you back every time it came up saying you'd disconnected. But small losses into the pits as well. And he's going to come out in P13. just in front. That's an Aston Martin, so that must be Sam. So he finds himself a lap down. And looking at the track, I'm just thinking ahead here, if he would unlap himself. Well, he won't know now, will he? Because that's him round and losing half his wing. So it would have been pretty tight otherwise. Oh, Gooner's back in! Well, I don't know if the Gooner's hit a wall while trying to warm his tyres up or something. But what looked like it was going to be an absolute dream stop for Daguna has turned into a nightmare. And he has to pit again. And just to rub salt into the wounds, he has to pit to the mediums he started the race on. Frustrations. Smallhouse isn't ghosting as such, by the way. He's ghosting his on, so when a car's been lapped, they turn into a ghost. So, but he is still with us. Big Willie picks up 3 seconds right on the back of Hunter now. We are at the point where Big Willie's hards are a much nicer tyre now. Look at the gap that KK has built at the front. 12.4 seconds. Yeah, be really enjoying that lead, but at the same time, how easy when you're that far ahead? How easy is it just to clip a wall or something because you stop concentrating? And KK's driven well in the last few weeks. He's had a bit of bad luck actually, but he's not shown in other races the sort of pace to dominate like this. But clearly, this man loves Monaco. And look at so Hunter really starting to cause a problem behind him. Fitz wants to get past. He's probably urging Hunter into pitting, but to be honest, it is a bit early. Smallhouse retires. Looking, it's in sector 3. There is a car coming up to him now. Where is he? He's just there. He's just lost out on the second chicane in sector 3. Again, no, you won't see a safety car. No safety cars at Monaco, so it's right on board a little bit with Big Willie here. You can really see how much he gets onto the back of Hunter. Just nearly impossible. We've seen 2 overtakes so far, which I have to say is good because we actually got to see them. Because I've already done comms on Monaco, as I said earlier in the season, another league. As Hunter comes into the pits, so that releases Big Willie. Big Willie is released. And Hunter into the pits. Did Lando? No, he didn't. So let's see where Hunter files out. Junkie just coming through the final corner. Be tight between the two, you know. Yeah, so he did get ahead, but Hunter's going to come out just in front of Lismore. Lismore needs to be careful. He's got to understand that Hunter's got fresh, very cold, fresh hards on. And he's going to be struggling through corners to start with. And Lismore coming up to his pit stop, so it's, if Hunter can remain in that position, no issues, get the tyres up to temp, got to feel that it's going to be very good for his race in the long run. It's, Big Willie clearly looked like he had some pace on the back of Hunter though, so can he force an overcut? But he can't pit until around lap 23, somewhere around there, to go to the mediums. Lando is in. So Lando's going to see if he can get an overcut on Hunter. As I say, already commentated on Monaco, and in that race, an undercut worked rather than an overcut. So let's see if it works for Lando. And it is going to work for Lando. Look how far ahead he come out of Hunter. Just about saw Hunter appear in the screen. But that is not ideal for Hunter. He's not going to be over the moon about that. But at the moment, of course, Lando has a penalty. So, but that's good work from Lando. He's put in a fantastic in-lap and got the overcut done. The question still remains, is can Big Willie with the clear air show the sort of pace he needs to get the overcut done himself and take P2 off of what would have been Hunter, but of course now it would be Lando instead. Fully expect to see if Carding King pits, he should come out. Well, Sam's just pit. I was about to say he should come out ahead of Sam, but Sam pits, so we're going to see it again here. Whoopi, surely we will look to overcut Sam. Sam then just exits in now. There's a McLaren there, be careful. Sits to the line, so that's good. So he comes out just behind Lismore. And well, let's go to Whoopi, because I would imagine he's going for the overcut here, unless he intends on holding those tyres out a bit longer. So we're doing quite well really here, because the stream I did from Monaco earlier in the season, there was one overtake all race and I missed it. We've had two tonight and I got both of them, so we're not doing too bad. As Lando gets past Junkie for P4. So unfortunately we didn't really see that one, so that's 2 out of 3, still ain't bad though. So, well, what a job Lando is doing. So Whoopi is in. He's going for the overcut. So who was it on? It was on Sam. Sam is not even in the final corner yet, and Whoopi is already coming out. That's Sam. That is Sam. Whoopi's going to fall out ahead of him. But Sam's going to get past him. The overcut's not worked. Wow. Okay. Well, what a difference that made. Just doing it a little bit later than Lando did against Hunter. It's not worked for Whoopi, unfortunately, for him. As Sam, just to rub salt in the wounds, makes the place up as well and gets ahead of Lismore, who must be heading to the points, the pits pretty soon. Oh, Lando's out! Oh, what's he done there? I'm trying to think what could have gone wrong there, but I'm really not sure. Unless he's hit the right-hand side wall on entry, I'm not 100% sure what else could have gone wrong. Unless he's turned in and caught the rear wheel. It's a straight retirement. I'm not going to lie, there is a little bit part of you, if you're running like 8th, 9th, 10th, whatever, and you get a message up to say that somebody ahead of you is retired at Monaco, there is a little bit inside you that goes, yes, come on. I know we don't like to think that of ourselves, but there 100% is a little bit inside you that does that. If anybody tells you they don't, they're lying. So in comes our leader. Finally, 19 laps on mediums, very nice indeed, especially at the pace he's been running. And he wasn't stuck there. That was just my side of things glitching a little. Big Willie will go through and take the lead. So Big Willie will at least lead this race for a bit until he pits. And I still think he's going to push another 2-3 laps yet. But as it stands right now, Big Willie guaranteed to come out in P3 now that Lando's out. I'm just going to change the gap from interval to leader for a bit. So as you know, it's quite a quick stop here, so I guess about 17-18 seconds, something like that. So plenty of time to come out in P2 if he wishes to do it now. But well, sorry, saying that, Junkie hasn't pitted yet, so it's Hunter that we're looking at. So that's 26 odd seconds. So Big Willie's got that nailed on easily. And well, we've seen Carton King do 20 laps on mediums, so it's obviously not impossible that Big Willie could do the same, but I still think he's going to look to do another 2 or 3 laps yet before pitting. And just to make it a bit easier on the mediums, really. McLaren getting out of his way. That's Liz Moore that's gone on to soft tyres. Does mean that Daguna has made his way back into P10. Points for outfield, by the way. All finishers will score points. Junkie in then. So the long stint from Junkie. Obviously starting on the hards. As Whoopi puts in the fastest lap of the race. Whereas De Courcy's coming out the final corner. It's going to be tight between these two. Oh, not that tight. De Courcy goes through. And Chris is miles behind. So Junkie's going to come out in a nice gap, really, in P8. And nice mediums on the end. So he's certainly going to have the chance. You would expect him to be able to catch De Courcy, who's got a penalty. Whereas Emperor is penalty free. So, just unfortunate, really. We've not got any battles going on. So promising early on that it might stay pretty tight, but as the race has gone on, things happen. Hey, Birdie. Good evening. It's me, your stalker. I'm glad when anyone in front of me DNFs. 100% Birdie. It's that little bit of evil that's inside every single one of us, mate. We all give a little yes. That's another place. So, I have to admit, it's been a very good Monaco race so far. I've rather enjoyed this. So this battle at the moment, I said we didn't have any battles, but we've got a free car battle going on here. So this is Hunter, Sam and Whoopi. It's because I'm looking at the gaps on leader. I don't think we need to look at that anymore because it's very clear that when Big Willie pits, he will come out ahead of Hunter. So, there we go, interval. So it's not completely spread out as I thought. So in comes Big Willie then. He is into the pits. We know Carson King's going to take the lead. He's already done it. Big Willie hasn't actually reached the box yet. Here he comes. Is the stop good? Brilliant. He's not stuck there, look. He's already down by the pit exit. Hunter, not even into the final corner yet. So what a brilliant stint that was from Fitz. That stint has just secured him. As long as, touch wood, nothing goes wrong, that's secured in P2. Got a sector 3 yellow. It's Chris round. Can't see any front wing damage, so he might have gotten away with it. He's not lost any places either. It just allows Laguna obviously to catch up to him. Is he heading into the pits? No. So maybe he needs to let the tyres cool down a little bit before reaching full speed. Gives Daguna a little bit of hope that there might be an extra position in the race for him. Although Chris penalty free. Yeah, so since earlier on when they come out the pits, Junkie Emperor has picked up a penalty, so he can no longer just sit behind. Of course, he only had to take 7th off him. I don't particularly want to look at the penalties yet, guys. We'll look at it towards the end of the race, but we'll keep it a bit of a surprise until then. Keeps the racing more interesting. If you suddenly find someone's got 12 seconds and they're going to drop a load of places, it ruins a battle, so... So, Hunter's got these guys on the back of him. He had slightly younger tyres than him. Not much, but a little bit younger. He's going to do well to defend from him all race, but he's doing well. Come on, Gooner. Get Chris. Yeah, both did good qualifying. Birdie, so I think it'd be tough for the Gooner to catch him, let alone overtake him after catching him, so we'll see what he can do. So, I have to say that so far, as far as Monaco Grand Prix go, this is the best one I've commentated on. We continue with this 3-car battle. Just to have 3 cars close to each other after 26 laps of Monaco is impressive, to be fair. So, we're doing alright. Sam might have gotten a run. Nah, he's just fallen back a bit, hasn't he? It looked like when they come out the corner he might have gotten a run on Hunter there, but Hunter having none of it. Excuse me. So many coffee. As far as driver of the day goes so far, as we're looking at it, you got to, in all fairness, you could award it to anybody who finishes the race at Monaco, but look at Swanee, he's done 23 laps on his mediums. They must be hanging by oh, Sam! Sam spins it into the barrier and is out. And everybody gets that little evil feeling of, yes, another retirement, I'm up another place. Oh, what a shame for Sam. He'd done well as well. He was having a good race. It's unlucky for him. Unlucky hit for him. Lucky for everybody else. So, it now means that Whoopi is the one on the back of Hunter. Whoopi's a different sort of challenge for Hunter to try and keep behind. We've already seen Whoopi make one fantastic overtake into turn 1 against Fatal Defiance. You've got to say, any overtake at Monaco, you really do have to rely on the other driver being willing to allow you the space. Sam leaves us. Yes, I filled up my lighter today, Bertie. Yeah. No, I'm with you on that. I can't really do Monaco either. I can't stand it. 3 wing changes last time I raced it. I hate it. So, stay with this, of course, because it's a good battle, but just looking at this, we've got another one going on. This is Swanee, and of course he's having a look. You're not really going to make it around the outside, are you? Well, they've both got... I don't know how they've got away with that, but they have. But, that was yeah, that was a bit of a lunge, but on the other hand, Swanee is driving around on 25 lap old hard on mediums. I can't believe those tyres are even got any tread left on them, to be quite honest. You can see how much he's holding up Junkie Emperor. Are we going to see Junkie Emperor go past? In fact, Swanee, I think, in the end, decided I'm just going to get out of his way, because this is probably a bit silly. He's going to have to pit Tyre House, but there's no way those tyres get to the end of this race. And I would say that with how slow he was looking then, I think he'd pit this lap, because I think they've gone off the cliff. So, well, it's interesting. Well, he's just dropped off a bit from Hunter. I know it looks very close on our screen, but Whoopi did drop out of the 1 second there for a moment. Yeah, it's just about got back inside it. Swanee hasn't pitted, but look, he's 4.5 seconds down. And the thing is, he's leaving it and leaving it. He's now within range that Daguna, who, by the way, has gotten ahead of Chris. I missed that, Birdie. Did you notice that? Daguna is ahead of Chris. But yeah, Diehard Swanee has now stayed out long enough that he's within range of Daguna for Daguna to overtake him. And he pits. He has to pit. This is going to be really interesting to give a driver of the day on this, because Karting King is absolutely dominated. He took pole position by 7 attempts. He led off the line. He's led the whole race, bar a few laps where Big Willie, because he started on hard, stayed out. Big Willie has got the gap down to 9.5 seconds, so he is gaining on Karting King. But now Swanee finally comes in and goes to soft tyres. His teammates actually come in as well, so at least Swanee can have a bit of fun now and go after a fastest lap. You would imagine someone on softs is pretty much guaranteed to take it as long as they do a clean lap. But yeah, regards driver today, Karting King completely dominated, and he's penalty free as well. So I'm going towards him, but I also have to say, if Hunter could hold off Whoopi right the way to the end of this race, then he'd be in with a massive shout as well. It's at the moment, the fact that, not just because he's dominated, but because Karting King is one of only 2 penalty-free drivers, is a big factor for me on why he would get it if it stopped right now. So, you just wonder where Whoopi... I mean, Whoopi as well, by the way. To give him a shout as well, because he started 15th. Started last. He hit the wall in qualifying in his first attempt. So he ended up starting last. I don't think he hit the back of Hunter there. He might have done, but I'm not sure. So yeah, I mean, to be fair, Whoopi's in with a massive shout for it as well. Well, just apologising for the late dropout. I hope the girlfriend's alright, mate. Just letting well know that we're still going if he wants to jump on. So, yeah, still going. Just let him know that we're still going in case he wants to take a look at the stream. We might assume it's finished, but not just yet. In fact, Birdie, I feel both my liders. Oh, and look at Whoopi, he's finally getting a run. I tell you what an overtake that is. And great racing from Hunter too. Oh, Whoopi is making it incredibly difficult for me to not give him driver of the day. I feel a bit mean on Carton King at the moment because he's, as I said, he's absolutely dominated. The gap's down to 8 seconds between him and Big Willie, by the way. But the closing laps, you'd imagine that we're going to end up with Carton King's hards becoming the better tyre. I'm just looking in the background. I still couldn't see. I couldn't see any Big Willies coming down to the chicane. I wish I could give a joint driver today.
Restore it.
And, well, I'm absolutely flabbergasted to see the Gooner pit. He gives up positions to pit to a set of softs. Let's go for a fastest lap, I presume. Unless he hit a wall somewhere along the line and picks up some damage and needed a new wing, maybe. Then it makes total sense, but look at the way Whoopi's disappearing from Hunter now. Still a little bit early to look at the Penjet, guys, but I will do. Look at the way Fitz is bringing down this lead to Carton King. Right, can we... What is that? Right, Swanee's on softs, but... I mean, the thing is, I think Carton King's being put off by the McLaren. I don't think he's going to be too over the moon about that. It's one of those, if Die Hard Swanee was unlapping himself, he is allowed to do it. And because of Ghosting being on, you could just drive through, but it really puts people off when you do that. And you've got the leader of the race's gap to second is now halved because of that. Hunter picks up 3 seconds. Closest battle at the moment is this one. It's the Corsi in the Merc on 25 lap old hards now. Obviously having to nurse them to the end while Junkie catches him. And he's within DRS range. Not that DRS is particularly important around here, of course, but it helps. So the Gooner then does set the fastest lap of the race, and I'm sure that one will stand. Just now, Carton King's settled in. He seems to be holding that gap at about 4 seconds, so don't look like it's going to have any effects on it. I mean, even if Big Willie caught him, he's penalty free, Carton King, so there's no real issue there. And I guess Swanee is after Chris. So, it's one of those. Daguna makes up a place a bit further down. He's gotten past Lismore.
Sean as well.
So he's back here. He's made one of the places back. But, he's never in a million years going to catch Die Hard Swanee. So, yeah. And, you know, if Daguna pits it because of damage, then fair enough. But surely, if it wasn't damaged, then he'd have been better off staying out. Chunky's gone about his business very nicely today. Right, lap 37. I think we can. I think we've earned a look at penalties now. Right, and so Big Willie's got 3, Whoopi on 6, Hunter 6, DeCourcy 6, Junkie 3. So as it stands, he will gain the place off DeCourcy. Without overtaking him, he could just follow behind. He's not going to be able to catch the car ahead, so we may as well do that. There's no point in risking an overtake. Chris, penalty 3. Swanee, 6 seconds. Daguna, 9. And Lismore, 12. Is it me, or is it raining? Did I just see rain? It's really hard to see, but it is raining. I'm sure of it. Let's go to the Corsi's car. Well, you're not going to see it through the main tunnel, are you? Well, even if it is rain... Oh, there it is. There's the drip on the screen, look. It is raining. Surely it's too late to have any effects on the race, though, isn't it? And this is the leader. Look where Big Willie Fitz is. We could give it to Big Willie. He's driven a hell of a race as well. So we're caught up to this. Still got another lap to do. I am positive that it's not going to be right to move to intermediates, so we're going to be finishing the race on slicks. But my word, the last thing you need to do, the last thing you need at Monaco is rain coming down when you're on slicks trying to finish the race. I Big Willie won't want to give up on the idea of overtaking Carton King because in the pressurising of trying to overtake him could force Carton King into a penalty. So, but my word is that you can really see the rain starting to come down now. Oh, Willie, it's the inside wall. I don't think it's done anything. I think he's okay. Got away with one there. So I think today Willie just needs to follow this home now. It's too dangerous with the rain. We've got to set to 2 yellow. I'm looking at set to 2. I can't see a yellow, but apparently there is one. Well, so the weird thing is it's easier to see the rain in the tunnel than it is out in the normal parts of the track. Carton King happy just to coast this now. Look, he's not going to risk sticking it in a wall. So Carton King comes round in an absolutely outstanding performance. Dominated qualifying, has dominated the race from the start, and wins in Monaco. Big Willie Fitz, an outstanding performance as well, finishes P2. Whoopi, what can you say? He's up from P15 on the grid to finish on the podium. And I'm really stuck. I'm really not sure who to give the driver of the day to here. I mean, it's Monaco and he's gained 12 places. How can I not give it to him? but it doesn't feel fair on Carton King when he's dominated the way he has. So Whoopi finishes P3, Hunter P4. Across the line now. You just look at the spray, it really has gone wet. Corsi he's coming around to finish 5th on track, but he will lose that place to Junkie Emperor. So it's going to be Junkie Emperor 5th, De Corsi 6th. Congratulations to all these guys as they bring the car home at Monaco, which is in itself is an achievement. DRS disabled, yeah, thanks for that, race director. Swanee then will cross the line, same as the one before. He will cross the line in 7th, but Chris will be promoted due to the penalties. So Chris finishes P7, Diehard Swanee P8. And I'll confirm the others after that. I think it was Dagooner 9 and Lismore 10, was it? But I'll confirm that after. But the game awards Whoopi Driver of the Day, and I feel incredibly mean on Carton King, but I think I do have to give Driver of the Day to Whoopi. No problem, mate. Yeah, of course. Mr. Whale, sorry, I've just seen your message. Just seems to celebrate on the podium. Yeah, I just hope everything's alright, Mr. Whale. I know you can't hear me, but if you listen to it back, you'll hear me say. But yeah, I hope everything's alright. Yeah, I hope Annie's not too busy for you. Whoopi, I feel so unfair on Carton King because his dominance was unbelievable through both qualifying and race. Yes, Big Willie caught him at the end, but I think that was more Carton King being conservative and looking after his tyres more than anything else. But Guma took the fastest lap, so he'll get the extra point for that. Let me just flip through. But yeah, I am going to give my comms driver of the day. I know to vote for this in a way, so but as a commentator, I'm going to give driver of the day to Whoopi, but with a gigantic shout out to Carton King and Big Willie as well, and Hunter for absolutely fantastic races. Everybody that finished really did extremely well just to get to the end. Also Chris, who remained penalty free. Sorry, I haven't gone to the instance, have I? Can I? I'll try and get as many as I can. Oh, it's not making me... Oh, we got to the end because it hasn't kicked me out. Oh, just about got to the end before it did kick me out. Yeah, brilliant race, Whoopi. I don't think you can make up 13 places. Sorry, 12 places at Monaco and not get driver of the day. But if I could give a joint driver of the day to Whoopi and Carton King, then I would do. But that ain't the way it works because it's driver of the day, not drivers. But hey ho. Yeah, so massive congratulations to Carton King, who just dominated Monaco and takes the big gem trophy home with him. And second place, Big Willie Fitz. Third place, Whoopi. But a shout out for Hunter as well, because he did a remarkable job at keeping those guys behind for so long. Whoopi particularly, and although Whoopi got him in the end, he did make it hard for Whoopi, there's no doubt about that. Anyway guys, that for me, as I said, that's my second or third comms on Monaco this season, and it's definitely the best one I've done. And I didn't miss the overtakes as well, which is good. So there we have it. We're back in a way next week, guys. Same time, so 8 PM next week. Hang on, I'm just double checking. I can't remember. Are we following the actual the actual calendar? Yeah, we are, aren't we? So it's Baku next week. So if Monaco weren't enough for you, we're going to go to Baku next week and do it all again in another place with really close in walls. But Baku's a completely different kettle of fish to Monaco, and allows for great overtaking, great opportunities to overtake around there. A completely different challenge to Monaco. So yeah, we look forward to that one. It's my favourite track actually, Baku. So there we have it. Okay, guys. Well, thanks as always to everybody that's watched live. Thanks to everybody that watches back. It's really appreciated. I'm Mark Hilly 9505. I'll be back myself personally on Tuesday for WAOF1 for their third ever race, and that's shaping up to be an outstanding league. So please do join me for that. Other than that, I'm racing tomorrow night, so I won't be doing comms tomorrow night. But that will be live as well, so feel free to join. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend, the few hours we got left, and be safe, have fun at work, whatever it is you do during the week, and say I will see you again on Tuesday. HRF1 will see you again next Sunday at 8 PM. Thank you very much.